Hi, my name is Kate Hanch. My pronouns are she and her, and I am blessed to serve as an associate pastor here at First St. Charles. Well, tomorrow we're celebrating the Epiphany, and Epiphany is the holiday where we remember the arrival of the Magi to the manger. It only happens in one gospel, the Gospel of Matthew, and it happens on January 6th each year. So the 12 days of Christmas, the song that we sing about, with all the birds, is the time between Christmas Day and Epiphany. And in some countries, Epiphany is a super big deal. Google it. There's special food, there's parades, there's certain rituals, and even in Italy, presents. Well, Epiphany reminds us of the journey the Magi made. And so that's why I have the labyrinth from our church in the background. And there may still be time to see it if you haven't yet. So I encourage you to go by if you'd like. Well, I'd like to share a reflection on the Epiphany, and it's written by Reverend Michael K. Marsh, an Episcopalian priest. So hear these words and be blessed by Reverend Marsh. He writes, I don't know what was in that sky, what they saw that first night. I don't know what was in their minds, what they thought, asked, or talked about. I don't know what was in their hearts, what they felt, dreamed, or longed for. But I know there have been times when we have each experienced Epiphany. Times when our night sky has been lit brightly, times when our minds have been illumined, times when our hearts have been enlightened. Those times have revealed to us a life and world larger than before. They have been moments that gave us courage to travel beyond the borders and boundaries that usually circumscribe our lives. Epiphanies are those times when something calls us, moves us to a new place where we see the face of God in a new way. So human, it almost seems ordinary. Maybe too ordinary to believe. That's what happened with the wise men. They began to see and hear the stories of their lives. Something stirred within them, and they began to wonder, to imagine that their lives were a part of a much larger story. Could it be that the one who created life, who hung the stars in the sky, noticed them, knew them, lived within them, and was calling them? Could it be the light they saw in the sky was a reflection of the divine light that burned within them, that burns within each one of us? To consider these questions is to begin the journey. The journey took the wise men to the house where they found the answer to their questions in the arms of his mother Mary. We may travel a different route than the wise men, but the answer is still the same. Yes, God notices us, knows us, lives within us, and calls us. Perhaps it was the moment you really believed your life was sacred, holy, and acceptable to God. These are the stories of our lives, the epiphanies that forever change who we are, how we live, and the road we travel. These are moments of ordinary, everyday life in which divinity is revealed in humanity, and we see God's glory face to face. May you see God's glory. May you experience Epiphany this day. Grace and peace, friends.